So guys, here let me this is what I just checked. Hold on, where am I at? Okay, so let me okay, so this song right here, I'm telling you, I had this game back in 2004, and I have been looking for this song, and I kept calling it the Roommates, the Roommates, the Roommates, and it's not called the Roommates, it's called the Singles. So I have been looking for this song for the better half of 8 years, maybe 10 years. Like I said, I had this game back in 2004, and I played this game. And why did I play this game? Like, I know why I got the game, because it was like The Sims, and around that time I did have all of The Sims 1, and I had all of The Sims 2, or anyways, it was around that era. That was when I lived basically around this area where I live now. And yeah, so that was like 04. It might have even been 03, because I think that's before. When was Cheeks? No, because Cheeks was born in 05, because she is, yeah, January is her birthday. And she was, and then, or Faith was born in 05, my bad. I'm not saying their name is Lady Sim Wolf's kids. That's what I'm basing this off of. So Faith was born, it was in 05. Cheeks was born 06? They don't sound right. I think that is, no, 07. No, it would have been 06. Maybe it was 04 and 06. Because I think Cheeks might have been born in 06. And Faith was born in 04. But I would have swore she was born in 05. Y'all, don't hold it against me. Anyways, yeah. My two, and yes, I love them. Love them before they were even born. But anyway, I'm basing it off of that because when I lived in that other place, I'm trying to think, because I'm basing it off of, okay, it was before, yeah, it was before Faith was born. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so it was before the first born. So, if, yeah, that would have been 04. If she was born in 05. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, I did have this game in 04. Yeah, because it was before she was born. Yeah, okay. So, I had this game, and I loved the, like, let me just let y'all hear the song. Just a little bit. Come on now. Oh, my bad. It's just playing the game. It's now or never. think you're insane. Let's live together. Yes, a fortunate thing. Let's live together. That easier. Let's live together. It's a fortunate thing. Let's live together. Okay. The way I play that game, I literally only liked it the game for that song. Like that was literally as soon as you, because it was a PC game. And so as soon as you cut on the game to start playing it, that's what song it was. And then I think like, you know, if you go to like the little exit, it also like had that game as it was like scrolling the, what's that called? The end credits of the game before it cut off. I did. Look, y'all gotta let me have it. I only have like so many happy things in my life, and this song is one of it. Now, I found out why I didn't find the song, because I've been looking up the roommates, the game. That's what I've been looking for. And I know y'all like, okay, it's called Singles. Yeah. But see, like the first thing is like you're like somebody, and then you're looking for a roommate, and well, in my game, like what I can go back, because y'all know my brain, it's past 8 o'clock, and my brain only remembers. My brain can only have so much memory, but I remember, like, of course, a female character, and then I remember always, my roommate was always a guy, but it was like purely roommate, and then like, they start dating. Stuff like that. But, of course, around that time was also in my Sims 2 era. And Sims 2 was my favorite of the packs. I guess of the packs, but of all of them. Like Sims 1, it has a special place in my heart because it was, okay, so I'll tell the story again. How I got into The Sims was I was watching Malcolm in the Middle. This is like my very first apartment. And this was in 2002 when I was watching Malcolm in the Middle. And the only reason why I remember that is because I was in college. It was between August and October. And I know you're like, how do you know it was between August and October of 2000? Because I was in college. I graduated from high school May of 2000. 2002. Sorry. I graduated from high school May of 2002. I went to college August to October of 2002. Graduated from college in October 2002. Yes, bitch, I did. I didn't mean to call y'all bitches, but I don't know your name personally. In the famous words of Cat Williams. So, yes, my college, and I went to a technical college, and I graduated. Anyway. So, I remember I was watching Malcolm in the Middle, and he was playing a game on the show. And I said, what game is that? I want that game. So I literally have tried to find that game. And I remember going to school the very next day, and like, the woman wasn't really a guidance counselor. I don't even know what you would even call her, like at the college. But like, I remember I was like, oh my gosh, I was watching Malcolm in the Middle last night, and he was playing this game, and it was on the computer, and I really wanted to play that game. And she was like, oh, well, let me give you the name of the guy, like my computer guy, and I think he plays that game that you're talking about. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? So then, cause I think I was on lunch break when I talked to her. And then, like, after class, cause it was just one class, but after class that day, I remember, cause yeah, my boyfriend, he picked me up, and so I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta go to this place. And it was literally down the street from my college. Like, my college was on Broadway, and this man's shop was in Fountain City. If you know Knoxville, you know what I'm talking about. So my college was on Broadway, and his shop was in Fountain City by the duck pond. And his name was Terry. He's not there anymore, but Terry, that was his name. And so I walked in, and when I walked in, he was playing a game that looked like the game off of Malcolm in the Middle. So I told him the story. I was watching Malcolm in the Middle last night, and he was playing this one game, and I was like, I go to this college, and this, and I told him this, the woman gave me your name and your number, and she said that you was playing the game that I described. And he goes, oh, you're talking about The Sims. And I'm like, what's The Sims? So, and like, literally when I walked in, like, he was literally playing The Sims, and it was the first one, because this is before Sims 2 came out. So this was still early in Sims 1. And he's like, this, and I looked at it, and it was like little people walking around, and he was playing it on his computer, which his shop was, it was like, let's say, 4 tables, okay, so there was 4 tables, so it was like one against one wall, so it was kind of like a, I guess, like a U shape, because like the room was like very tiny, and it was like, so like on one wall was like a brown table, and it had 2 computers, and then the other wall had the brown table and 2 computers, and then another wall, brown tables, the brown table and 2 computers, and then like right in the middle of the room was like a brown table and 2 computers. So that was the whole room. Like, when you walk in, that's what you see. Like I said, it was a tiny room, and like in his bag, he had other computers, but the ones that was out, like, were on. Like, you could look at it and all that. And it was depending what you needed a computer for. And he's like, and so like I said, when I walked in, he was playing The Sims. And he's like, this. And so he's like, look, he's like, here, sit down. He's like, play around with it. So I sit down, started clicking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that does look like the game that Malcolm in the Middle was playing. Now, spoiler alert, it was not the game. I tried to find that game, found out that game don't even exist. That game that he was playing on the show only exists on the show. So that it wasn't even a real game. But based on that episode of Malcolm in the Middle, and based on Terry playing the game, I literally bought a computer, and he had sim games, and I bought sim games that day. Walked in, walked out with the computer, and I think it was Sims 1, and then Hot Date, Unleash, and Vacation. That's what I bought from Terry that day. So I bought a computer, a desktop computer, and then it was the Sims 1, Hot Date, Unleash, and Vacation. And he was like, the order that you put them in, okay, for y'all that don't know, and they were all CDs. Let me just say that it was no digital. So he's like, the way, because like he's like, how it works is you put, like you have to download the Sims, like the first disc. He's like, but the way that you download the games, the last game that you put on, that's the CD that you put in to play the game. So, like, it, say, for instance, because Hot Date was the first expansion pack after the Sims 1. After the original game. And so, like, if you put in, like, the Sims, like, the base game, and then if you put in Unleash, and then Hot Date, well, the CD that you put in to play that game is Hot Date. Even though Unleash is after, will be the newer of the two games. But because the way that you load it in, that's the CD that you put in to play the game. Because when you put it in, it stacks on top of each other, and the last game that you download with the CD is the CD that you have to put in to play the game. I know it might sound weird, but that's how it was. So he's like, just remember the order that you put it in, because the last game that you download off the CD is the CD that you have to put in to your computer if you don't leave it in to play the game. But all the games are there. It's just they're stacked on top of each other. So, like I said, bought all them games, went home, downloaded them on the computer, which loved that computer. I wish he didn't move, because, you know, it was him, his wife, and then they had a baby, or they had a son, and I don't remember if his wife was pregnant, or if she got pregnant later, because I think they ended up having 2 kids, but because, like, his business was, at that time, was taking, like, it was covering his business and her, like, his business was the computer business. That's the only one that I knew of him having. If he had other businesses, I don't know nothing about it. But his wife had a dance business. And so, like, not many people like to dance. So, like, her business didn't really bring in, like, if you didn't like to dance. Well, I'm fat. I have been fat for more than half of my life. So, when I would have been 18, yeah, because this was October. This was before I turned 19. So, I was 18, and I was fat, and I'm like, okay, I don't like to dance. So, and he's like, yeah. He's like, come and take her class, and, like, you could take it at a discount. And I'm like, yeah, I don't dance. I'm fat. And at that time, I was like, maybe like 370. But, not my heaviest. But, like, I was still big. So I was like, yeah, I don't dance. And plus, like I said, at that time, I was in college. So, and I was like, look, all that I want to do is get up, go to class, come home, and be fat. Eat and watch TV. And so, and then at that time, yeah, because I didn't get a job until, after I graduated. And then I took, so August to October was the whole college. And then I took the state board test in November, and I passed. And that was the first time that I ever heard that, because the test that I took, it read the questions for me, because my brain is weird and it reads weird, and so the questions was read to me, and then I just clicked the answer. That's the first time I ever heard about that. I'm like, so y'all wait till I graduate from high school to let me know this whole time I could have had this, to where, there was a computer program, and they said this has been around since the early 80s, since like the Apple or the MacBook, or not MacBooks, the Macintosh, is that what it was? Like what it was before it was Apple, with the C. Will you fucking shut up? Yeah, you. Y'all, I hate that alarm. Literally. Just because it wants to. Just because. No reason. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. But they were like, that program existed. And I could have had it my whole school years. From kindergarten to high school. And I don't find out until I'm literally after I graduated college. It was taking the state board's test. And I'm like, damn, I'm done with college. I needed this when I was in from kindergarten to high school. And, I mean, that class was hard, but I'm just saying, even in college, I needed it. Where was this at? Y'all waiting until after I done graduated? I'm taking this tape, and I'm just like, son of a bitch. But anyway, so if anybody needs it, if your brain reads weird, or you have dyslexia or whatever, there is a program that's on the computer. If you don't know, I'm not a gatekeeper. I tell all the wisdom that I know. If you need that, there is a program that would read to you if you're dyslexic, or you ADHD, or your brain's just weird like mine. How it reads. But no, I'm not dyslexic. Blech. Really? My tongue is right now. No, I'm not. Y'all heard me say it. Y'all know it's after 8 o'clock. Y'all know Hitler don't let me. He don't let me be me. He don't let me do me. Let me be great. But y'all know what? I really do think that the VP shunt, like, it should have been out. What's today's date? Today is the 8th. So, I was supposed to get, based on my research a couple of years ago, they got to get changed every 10 years. Okay. Based on my therapist research, every 9 years. Okay. Well, bitch, July the 1st, 2025 was 10 years. It is August the 8th, 2025. It might be the 9th now. But whatever day it is, it's past 10 years. And see, the bad thing about it is, it needs to be out. And the person that did it, I really, I really do feel that if he takes it out, I'm not going to wake up. I'm not going to wake up. I really feel like that he would kill me. And I know that people probably think, oh, you're paranoid. No, I'm not paranoid. I know how I feel. I have always said that. The way, like his actions and all that, I really do think that if he do surgery, I will not come out of it. I really do think. Like, you could call me paranoid, you could say that I'm overreacting, you can say whatever you want, but you can't say that I'm wrong. That's what you can't say. Can't say that I'm wrong. You call me everything else except wrong. So, if I die, and it has something to do with the brain, the neurosurgeon did it. He's on the board. He's on all the boards of the neurosurgeon, neurologist, and all them, all the brain specialists. He's on the board in Tennessee. So if I'm gonna get treatment, I have to literally go out of the state of Tennessee, because nobody is, like, they have to ask him if they can treat me for anything. Yep, so like I said, if I die and it is brain related, it's his fault. And it's literally because he will not let nobody treat me. And I don't want anybody that's not willing to help their patient because of their fellow doctor. I don't want them to work on my brain either, because I swear I do not think I would make it out of surgery. That's just how I feel.